Elder does great for several years, then it dies back. It was time to cut back our big elder bush this year and transplant the suckers elsewhere. When I first started this garden, I transplanted a couple of small elder twigs. I never thought that they would grow. I brought them from my sandy yard where they died back almost every year till all I had was a very small plants. I made the mistake of planting them in the middle of this garden, and they thrived in the clay soil, which is rich in minerals and holds the water, and elders need water. It became so big I had to plant around it. The last couple of years the bushes have gotten smaller, so it was time to transplant some of the shoots or suckers that have been appearing all over the garden. The first time I transplanted elder suckers, it was in the very early spring, and it was very wet in the garden. So I just pulled them out of the ground, cut the runners that attached to the mother plant with a shovel, and stuck them on the edge of the garden where it was very wet. They did great, till someone mowed them down last year. No worries, they came right back. I thought it was easy to transplant elder shoots, but many of my garden volunteers had problems. Last fall, we cut the runners of some of the larger shoots. Our intention was for them to develop a bigger root system so they would transplant easier in the spring. Unfortunately, we forgot to mark the shoots so they all look the same in the spring. Here's one we found that we had cut the runner in the fall, and you can see it developed a bigger root system. The trick to transplanting elder shoots is doing it when the buds are tiny. It's still usually cold outside, so it's important to watch your plants. You have a tiny transplanting window with elder, unlike so many other plants where the window is much wider. You can transplant elder, campaign, and marshmallow root in the early spring and they won't miss a beat. Moving a big shoot or sucker, make sure that you dig all around the plant so as not to disturb the root system. It helps to have a transplant shovel. They have a very long blade. Most people don't have this type of shovel, which makes it more difficult. It's very tempting to just pop it out of the earth with a shovel, but it's important to be patient and go all around the plant. This advice goes for transplanting most plants. Just take your time and go all around, and then gently pull it out of the soil. Locate the runner that connects the shoot to the mother plant and cut it with the clippers. And place it in a pot and make sure you keep that pot watered.
Connecting with the right kind of people, you just can't. Yeah. It's hard. I know. Hands in there, because you want to look at that. Oh yeah, look at that. It's got roots. Okay. Didn't have the picture of that. Okay. That's got a lot of roots on it. I'm surprised. I know. That's awesome. We can get some more dirt. There's plenty of dirt.
Many little plants appear on the underground runners. Here we are digging up the tiny plants that are attached to the runners. They pop up all over the garden near the mother plant. Dig up enough of the root system and cut the large root with clippers. Place in a pot or stick this transplant root right into the ground. The one I stuck into the ground is doing really well.
What you are. All right, that should be good.
This is 4 weeks later, and these plants are thriving, and they're ready to be transplanted into a new garden.